Kamala Harris, a leader in the spotlight, and for many, a symbol of progress. And yet, the more I watch her, the more it feels like something's off. Something is not adding up. I mean, have you noticed how she repeats the same lines, uses the same expressions in different speeches?
I took on perpetrators of all kinds. 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 I took on perpetrators of all kinds.
It feels robotic, rehearsed, even fake, don't you think? Which really made me wonder what's going on beneath the surface. And more importantly, how can we avoid sounding fake in our own conversations?
Can you stay categorically?
You are fake news. Sir.
Just a quick disclaimer. Whether you like Kamala or not, this is not about politics. It's not about taking sides. It's about observing her speaking style and learning what to do or not to do to be a more confident speaker in our own daily lives. So what is the deal with these repetitions? I will admit, it's easy to watch these clips and say,
Kamala Harris, I'm sorry, what a fraud, and a transparent one at that.
Honestly, I think it's a fair reaction. I mean, when you're watching her recycle the same speech over and over again.
I was raised as a middle-class kid. I grew up a middle-class kid.
But before judging her, let's dive a little deeper. Now, I want you to compare the following clips. Observe and spot the repetitions in both her bigger speeches as well as in her more intimate interviews.
We trust women to make decisions about their own body and not have their government tell them what to do. One does not have to abandon their faith or deeply held beliefs to agree the government should not be telling her what to do with her body. One does not have to abandon their faith or deeply held beliefs to agree that the government should not be telling her what to do with her body.
Repetition in public speaking, it's nothing new, especially politicians. If you've seen the videos I've made about Trump and also Michelle Obama, I mean, Michelle, she's a master in the art of speaking. She repeats the same stories, and yet it doesn't feel fake when she speaks. It feels more genuine, more authentic, like she's really speaking to me when I'm watching her.
Pick somebody you respect and like. Start there. And you practice it, you get better at it, and what's on the other side? If you work and scrape and sacrifice, it will pay off. If not for you.
If you've been subscribed to my channel, then you've probably seen these videos. And if you haven't yet, then please hit that subscribe button and also the like while you're there. Thank you so much. Repetition is not uncommon. Repetition helps you to stay on track, to stay on the message. And in Kamala's defense, at her level, I get it. Like, one single word out of place can lead to viral controversy. So in many ways, Kamala is using repetition to avoid pitfalls, to stay on her message, to control the narrative. And repeating yourself, it's not necessarily bad or wrong, and it can even help you to memorize your message. But here's where it gets tricky. When you rely too heavily on these repetitions, that's where it becomes fake, not authentic. And in Kamala's case, it's almost like she's trying so hard to avoid mistakes that she completely loses the connection with the audience. There's a fine line between rehearsed and robotic. And I want to warn you, brace yourself for the following clip, where Kamala has to answer on the spot.
Prices have gone up, and families and individuals are dealing with the realities of that bread costs more, that gas costs more. And we have to understand what that means. That's about the cost of living going up.
It's awkward. I feel so bad in her shoes. I mean, when Kamala goes off script, her polished delivery, her confidence, it's gone. She's lost. It's a complete word salad. Adding all of this up, it fuels the perception that her scripted moments are just not real, not authentic. It's all a show, a performance, an act. At least that's what it seems like. It's time to shift gears a little bit. What can we learn from all of this? Number one, repetition is not always bad. Repetition helps you to stay on track. Repetition is a powerful tool in public speaking. Repetition helps you to emphasize key points. Repetition helps you to reinforce ideas. And repetition helps you to inspire. But the key difference between repetition that inspires and repetition that feels fake is how you deliver. It's a delivery without sounding robotic or rehearsed. If you want to inspire people, it's important to try and deliver by adding a nuance in the moment, not saying the same words or using the same expressions time and time again. It's important to deliver with focusing on your audience. Say something relevant for them, and every time you have a different audience, change it up. Deliver by changing the pace of your talk. Go a bit faster, or slow down, or add a pause. You can also play with the tone of your voice. I like to call it the melody of your voice. You can have a higher pitch or a lower pitch, which usually is more facts and figures, and also more confident when you have a statement. Or you can play higher. A better delivery is connecting with the audience. It's not just blurring out information or dropping information. It's engaging with the audience. It's the eye contact. It's a smile, a Duchenne smile, not a fake smile. One where you see the crossed feet and where you can see it's genuine. But it's also the gestures. Are the gestures appropriate and relevant with your message? And not just faking it. At the end of the day, repetition is tricky. It can help you sound polished, but when overdone, it can help you sound fake. Kamala is definitely walking this thin line, but she often slips into sounding more scripted. Being authentic is something that I am still practicing right here, right now, doing this video for you. Yes, I wrote down points that I want to talk about, but I'm trying not to memorize it. I'm trying not to sound robotic or scripted. I'm trying to connect and engage with you. And yeah, it's practice. It's not easy. I will absolutely 100% admit it. But I'm trying, and I'm trying to improve. But I would love to know your comments on Kamala, on how she appears confident or fake. Regardless of all these clips today on Kamala's fake appearance, she had the most brilliant speaking advice. And if you apply that, you will make people like you instantly. So don't miss this next video. I'll put it here, and I'll see you there.